Guys, today our guest is an Oxford-educated philosopher whose debates have amassed hundreds of millions of views. He argues that incest is fine.
Okay.
Alex, this is on your Wikipedia. I just want to point out that you can kill people if you have a brain tumor, and that democracy is immoral. We have Alex O'Connor on the pod. We're very excited about this.
This is struggling through that.
Dude, I mean, the first one hit me hard. This is on your Wikipedia. I just snagged this from your Wikipedia. No big deal. Yeah.
The pleasure is yours. I think something might have got lost in translation there, but perhaps we can go through them. Why?
Yes, I didn't say you believe it.
You seem to bring it up. This you started with what? Incest?
Yeah, it's because I've been watching White Lotus, man.
You're asking for a mate.
I do have a brother. I do have a brother.
Like, Alex, just like
I have a brother, but I could do better. I have a brother, but I could do better.
Yeah.
No, this is obviously some of the debates that you've had where you're arguing intellectually if these things have negative repercussions in society. What is the idea? Why even entertain this? You're not a comedian like us. This is all we argue all the time.
That's right. That's the funny thing, and not funny in your sense, is that I'm not actually making an opinion here. What I'm basically doing is like throwing out views and ideas.
Yeah.
And if you think there's something up with it,
then
that's going to help you work out like what you think about the world. Like, it doesn't matter whether you're right or wrong. The thing that matters is if you think like incest is wrong, I'm going to ask why you think that.
Yeah.
And try to get to the bottom of what's actually motivating your ethics. And most of the time, people are more confused about this.
Define wrong, because one could argue that it would probably fit the most perfect.
It's that's right.
Have you used that argument?
I haven't actually. And
I saw a great comment that you look like the kid from Adolescence grown up. And now that you're here, I can't not see it.
Why'd you say that? Now I'm going to say that.
It worked out for him. A little bullying turned him into a real proper intellectual. You know what I mean? Like, this is
You're the
amazing.
best case scenario.
He really is.
Yeah, that is what bullying at school does. It turns you into someone like me.
But you were never bullied. You're a tall, handsome kid. You're smart. Did you go through any bullying?
Well, I am now. Yeah, most of it was from the teachers, though, unfortunately, because
were you a pain in the ass?
Yeah, but then people like really like celebrate this. You know, when people like try to really self-indulgently say like, you know, I was the kid who was always debating the teachers and giving it back, and it's like, that doesn't make you clever. That just makes you a pedant. It just makes you like this annoying ADHD kid that's like holding up the rest of the class.
In America, we have a way of getting them out of here.
Medicine.
School shootings.
Bullets. Bullets are medicine.
Yeah, we can talk about the ethics of that too.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about defending that in some way?
I haven't thought about the ethics of defending school shooters. However, I have thought about the concept of children as child soldiers. See, I do a series called Philosophical Hot Takes, where I get people to submit like their philosophical hot takes, and I rank them on a scale that goes from like mild, spicy. And I was at an Indian restaurant once, and one of the options was Indian spicy. So that's the top option. And the opposite of spicy.
I'll behave. I'll behave.
You didn't do
He's a monster.
He is a monster.
You're legitimately autistic. What are you talking about? You're the most empathetic.
Man.
Empathy is essentially self-serving, though. This is the thing. Like, if you're the most empathetic, it means that you're the most selfish. What is empathy?
We knew it. We've been saying this for a decade. He is the most selfish.
So you are saying I'm the most empathetic.
Let's see.
That's why I didn't say that.
Why does empathy make you the most selfish?
What is empathy? What do you think empathy is?
Caring about other people.
Yeah, we just call it gay.
Oh, it's okay. There's that, and that definitely is self-serving to some degree. Yeah. Caring about other people, like caring. Mm-hmm. It's essentially taking suffering in other people's suffering. It's like if I have empathy for you, it means that when you suffer, I kind of suffer for it, right? I don't want you to suffer.
I don't believe I suffer for it.
Me.
I understand what you're going through, and that must be hard.
Sure, but I can understand what you're going through and think that that's great, like awesome. I'm really happy that you're going through that. So the only thing that makes you empathetic is when you understand what someone else is going through and you feel bad for it. You get upset about it. Look at like when we get heroes. Like imagine somebody like the firefighter who runs into the burning building.
Sorry, hold on. Al just fixed his posture, looked into the distance, and was like, I don't even know where I am right now.
Don't worry,
I'm just doing a selfish thing. I'm like, it is kind of selfish because it makes me feel good that I'm caring for others. No, but what he's saying is that you are taking on their struggle, so you actually feel bad for them.
Yeah,
so
like,
it's about your feelings.
If the firefighter runs into the burning building and they come out and someone says, "Oh, you're such a hero," and the guy says, I couldn't not. I had to. You know, like when I saw someone in there, I just had to do it. I couldn't live with myself if I didn't. It's like, what are you saying, man? You did it for yourself? You did it for your own. You did it for, so that you can sleep at night. You know? Empathy is essentially self-serving. This is the thing. Like,
but is that necessarily bad?
No.
It's a good reward matrix for humanity,
There is no good and bad. I think that morality is all a...
what I mean good and bad is like, is it beneficial for society that I get rewarded for doing a quote-unquote benevolent act?
But that's why we think it's good, because it's beneficial for society.
So it's almost like
the idea of morality and good and bad, in my view, is all just is a smokescreen. It's a fugazi, as they say. I like, seriously, is it just like, people talk about ethics as if it's objective, right? So, for example,
can you define ethics?
No. Usually yes, but just not for you.
No, but just for everybody watching. Like, what exactly is ethics the study of?
It's broadly the idea of like right and wrong, like good and bad, and depending on who you ask, it might be like human flourishing. So like what gives you the good life? You know, what is that all about? So for a Christian, it might be living in accordance with God's will, or for an atheist, it might be what's beneficial to society, right? If you're a moral objectivist and you believe that ethics is like a real thing, it means you think that there are actually just good and bad things in the world. There's right and there's wrong.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. Most people's intuitions say that there is such a thing. In my view, it's essentially an evolutionary byproduct. For example, is it just a coincidence that, generally speaking, we think that you have a duty to care for your children, right? You also have a duty to care for your cousin.
Yeah.
But you probably have less of a duty to care for your cousin than your child. Like if your child is starving and your cousin is starving, you're going to help the child over the cousin, right? And we think that that is like the right thing to do in that circumstance.
Yes.
Is it just a coincidence that you happen to share proportionally exactly the same amount of genes with the child versus the cousin? You share more genes with your child than with your cousin. You share more genes with your cousin than with a distant cousin or a stranger, or then again, even someone in a different country.
So taking care of your child.
And it just so happens that how much like genetic sharing, how much genetic similarity we have with these people just happens to line up with how much we think we have a moral duty to care about them.
Yeah.
Isn't that a strange coincidence?
Yeah. But if I saw a starving kid and my cousin who's 23 couldn't eat, I'd tell my cousin to get a job and I'd give the kid food. I don't need to be related to them. Am I crazy? You might
be right, man. I forgot. You might be right about Akash got a lack of empathy. That was crazy.
I forgot we were in America.
No. I understand what you're saying
about ethics to an American is that if you give some kind of thought experiment about a drowning child or someone who's like in poverty or something, it's like, well, just get a job, man.
Yeah.
Just get a job.
Bring yourself up by the bootstraps.
Invest in the S&P and just like you get like you wait like 20 years and you'll be able to buy yourself some lunch.
Yes.
It doesn't.
Yes.
I think the problem with
that's the idea.
The problem with thought experiments is that people often pick up on like totally the wrong thing. My least favorite thing that people do.
Wait, I don't want to move on from the thing you just brought up. I think it was really interesting. It's
we'll keep going on that.
No, specifically, like, okay, let's say humans are bound.
It's like back to incest. I just really, need to know. Just please help me out here, man.